I have a bunch of questions. Because, yeah, your story is compelling and sure, you've had some fucking shit. So dealing with, you've, been one individual who's had the opportunity to experience this Charlie Teo.
Yeah.
Now, this guy is there's all sorts of different things, the media, whatever. But my perception, my God, what a guy.
He's a no holds bar type operator, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just, if he can, he will.
For sure, and he's willing to have a crack and do the things that a lot of people won't. What's it like to, I guess, relinquish control of – because I would imagine that both yourself and Melissa at that time would have essentially relinquished control to this guy.
It was exactly that. And even Charlie used those exact words, as I said, I own your head now. But the thing with Charlie, and it's the thing with a lot of people, once you get to meet these people, and even if it's just sit down and have a 5-minute chat, you get some idea about what sort of person they are and what makes them tick. And anyway, the first time I had that chat with Charlie in the hospital, I thought, geez, he's a good bloke. But, people can turn that on, so maybe, let's not be too quick to judge. But then it was interesting. We were staying at a hotel in Coogee while Melissa was in the hospital. And, I had the 2 young boys under my control, and Melissa had the surgery, and it was a few days after, and it was time for her to come home to the hotel. Now, she'd been ringing me and telling me when she thought she might be available, and I was trying to organise, okay, I've got to get the boys organised and what we can do for dinner, and it all became a bit tricky. Then all of a sudden, there was a knock on the hotel door, and I opened it, and there was Melissa just standing there, 4 days after brain surgery. And I just said, I thought I was going to come and get you. She said, that's okay, Charlie gave me a lift.
Right.
So, he had his kids in the back and he was going in that direction. So I just said, I'll drop you off.
You would imagine he's pretty well grounded if that's, if he's still up for giving a patient a lift home. That's
right. That's right.
But you don't hear that stuff, do you?
Exactly. So,
wow. Is it? I would imagine that when you deal with a guy like that, you think, look, as you said, he's got it. It's in his hands now, and this guy's a miracle worker, and everything's going to be all right. Did you think that? Did you believe that was going to be the case?
I did, and that's exactly. Looking back now, I just trusted him immediately, just to think, okay, well, he said everything's going to be great. So,
but I mean, so you should. What other mindset do you take into that? Right?
And I'm sure, because it's the psychology of it all as well, and I'm sure. And Charlie probably does that deliberately because, what if he was
he goes in there with,
he's not going to say
that's
30,
right.
That's not
right.
good.
Yeah. I thank him for that because, like Melissa had that surgery, we came home from Sydney and, she had a fair period of recovery. But it was only a week or two later. She was getting out and about again and was recovering quite well. And she was very keen to remain active. And I remember just thinking, Charlie was right. Have a look at her. Here we are a month or two later and she's charging on with life. And the things that were obviously spinning around in her head, knowing what she'd been through and not so certain about her future, she obviously thought, okay, well, I can have a crack now. So she decided, okay, well, I'm going to start a business. I'm going to get busy. I'm going to so all of a sudden, she was just going at things at 100 miles an hour.
New lease for life.
That's right. Yeah. And I'm sort of trying to slow her down and say, look, you're not well. And she's, no, but I'm all right. And this is good. This is what we need to do. And I need. So that period in time was very difficult, very busy with all of the busyness around, my work and her setting up a business and the 2 young boys, all very difficult. But I just think back and think, okay, imagine if it hadn't turned out that way and we'd have just come back from Sydney, heads down and just, we're doomed.
Defeated.
We're doomed, defeated. Let's just ride out as long as it takes now and just sit there feeling
sorry.
sorry
I suppose those days were probably golden days, I suppose, because you had that lift. You were like, we're going to be all right.
Well, it was. I mean, it was all very positive. It was busy, and being busy is good. So it was good. It helped us get through what as it turns out, ended up being a very, very difficult time because then a few more complications came along, things got worse, and then spiralled into what was the end.